And Retired Life Inspired begins now. My name is Annie M., and I'd like to greet you the usual way, and that is, I bear witness that there is one God, His exalted Christ, and the Messiah, a divine reminder in our midst. I greet you in their names in the greeting words of peace of Assalamu Alaikum, which simply means peace be unto you. How are you today? This is our Monday morning minute, and a beautiful day it is. I was... Well, before I go any further, let me not forget, remember to like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. And also remember to comment. There's something that I say today that piques some interest or maybe brings an idea to mind. Please feel free to comment. As always, we like a conversation. Start a conversation, start a dialogue, not a fire. So, it's peaceful for everyone to participate. Again, like, subscribe, and share. And also, do check out retiredlifeinspired.com. This platform is dedicated to the 50-plus single woman who is learning how to secure herself differently these days. And there is tons of different ways now online. So many I can't even count, to promote your own business, to create a brand new business from scratch, to even build, online skills. So many things to do. Explore it. Use the internet for a practical, beneficial tool. Sometimes we get caught up in just scrolling and we find ourselves just caught up looking at nonsense, but it's a tool like any other tool, so it's up to us how we use it. But do check out retiredlifeinspired.com and see what you can find to help you help yourself. So, that being said, been busy. One of the last videos I did the wonderful interview with Dr. Daniel Buggs. Hey, Dr. Daniel. That was a beautiful interview and really enjoyed talking with him. I do hope to meet with him again, and hopefully during the ICC Classics that happen annually here in Atlanta. And also earlier this week, I have been taking time delivering the blankets that were sent so generously from my cousins and friends. And I have one right here. It's a beautiful blanket from my dear sister, Lisa AX. Thank you, sis. She wanted to participate in this, and she sent 2 beautiful, wonderful blankets. And these are going to really help somebody. I can tell with the beautiful quality of these blankets. You've blessed somebody, so bless you for your kindness and generosity. We're going to be talking more about that later on. I hope to have a chance to kind of do some shout outs and acknowledge some of my cousins and my sisters for their generosity. Also, Sister Ula, I hope you run across this video. I was talking with my dear sister earlier this week, and she was like, wow, she was really touched by the whole idea about the blankets. And she said, you know what? I think I now know what I'm going to do with some of the gently used blankets that I have in my own home. So wherever you are, I don't care where you at. You got some gently used blankets? Or even if you feel moved to buy some new ones? You don't have to, there were some people who were asking me how they can participate in this. I might be having people send me more at some time. Some people are still sending me blankets and things. But you know what? I bet you there's someone in your own community that could really use those blankets. Look around. The weather's getting a little colder, much colder here in Atlanta where you are. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I'm sure there's some people there that would really appreciate your help. So, something to think about. Today I want to talk briefly about something I've been dealing with, though. And it's just one of those things that I kind of keeps coming to me, and I think this is going to be a 2-parter. Disappointment. How do we deal with disappointment? Sometimes I deal with it okay, and sometimes not so good. And I think it's one of those things I'm being meant to deal with, even at this time in my life, that I need to become more graceful at. I think I am bouncing back from it better as I run into disappointment. So that's a good thing. That means I'm learning. But I was looking for some things to share with each of you, and see if this might help. See if you've ever ran into disappointment. Like, I'm the only person, right? We get disappointed. Life happens, and sometimes it hurts. Now, this is going to come from some scriptural basis here. I think on the second part, I'm going to probably hit more philosophical, maybe non-heavily religious-based areas or faith-based help. But a lot of this that's in this, anyone can really use. I mean, if you just listen, you're going to hear just the straight common sense steps that one can benefit from. So I found an article. It was called 5 Ways to Deal with Disappointment, and it was off of a platform called muslimmatters.org, and I thought this was just brilliant. One of the things they cited was that, and I like how they started this out, and that is at the very beginning, they talk about how we are all inevitably going to face moments of disappointment in our life, disappointments from work, family, friends, society, and even ourselves. That's the very nature of the world we live in. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, and shortcomings are bound to happen from others and from ourselves. The questions then arise, how do we deal with these disappointments? I know sometimes I'll get really hurt and I'll just want to take my ball and go home. Because, for me, one of the biggest things I love is sincerity. And that's something that can really hurt me sometimes, is if I feel that there's a lack of appreciation or a lack of sincerity on others or another person's part or a situation, whatever. That's something I notice I'm dealing with right now. And I want to learn to overcome it and be more graceful about it. So I started looking at ways to help me. And, take what you need, leave the rest. See if any of this might work for you. So I can already tell by the time that I'm using on this is going to be the longest Monday Morning Minute we ever had. So we're going to call this Monday Morning Minutes. So just bear with me. It's not going to be 3 minutes or 4 minutes. I'm already at the 7-minute mark. So let's see what we can do here. One of the first things they said was, go back to Allah, or go back to God. Seek comfort in the knowledge that your Creator knows exactly what happened, how you feel, how it impacted you, indeed has the power to heal what is hurt, mend, and what is broken, and grant acceptance, serenity. Here are some points to think about. Understand the attributes of Allah. Allah's names like Ar-Rahman, the All-Merciful, Al-Rahim, the All-Compassionate. Al-Wadud, the Loving. When I say my prayers, one of the first things, and I'm really glad that I'm doing now that I'm really kind of being inundated with lessons on disappointment, is the first things I am doing is I am turning inward and I am going to the God within. Now, if you're someone that doesn't necessarily believe in a God, maybe I would recommend meditating, stepping back, and taking time and giving yourself a moment and being nice to yourself in that moment. Not being overly critical, but just stepping back from the situation. For me, that's through prayer and seeking help through the Creator. Another step that they suggested was adjust your expectations. We are told about the inherent imperfections of the world we live in over and over again in the Quran, and we are witness to it yet over and over again every time we experience some sort of disappointment. From Al-Baqarah 2:14. Or do you think that you will enter paradise while such trial has not yet come to you, as came to those who were passed on before you? They were touched by poverty and hardship and were shaken until even their messenger, those who believed with him, said, when is the help of Allah? Unquestionably, the help of Allah is near. So sometimes, the world, there's going to be trials. There's going to be tests and things that are going to come to us. We look around. It's happening all the time. So know that the trials are going to come. Don't suggest or try to convince yourself that somehow you're going to be unscathed that nothing's ever going to touch you. Yeah, you're going to have some trials, but you can also overcome them too. Next, refocus on what really matters in life. Getting these blankets to people is something that really matters to me, because you talk about disappointment. I'm talking to people, I'm meeting people eye to eye that forget not even having, a blanket to begin with. They don't have a roof over their head, let alone the walls or anything like that to support it. They have nothing. They're out there in the elements. And what I'm probably learning from them more than anything is their courage to keep moving forward. Talk about adjusting expectations. Well, and refocusing on what really matters, this is where I really feel good. If there is a moment, an encounter, or a situation that has happened and is upsetting you, yet it really has no greater impact on your priorities and values in life, try not to allow it to take up too much of your time and thought. Do what you can to deal with it in the way that is best aligned with the highest moral characters, and then move on. Sounds like sound advice to me. I don't care if you're a person of faith or not. It sounds like advice anyone can use. And again, this is what helps me to refocus. Giving out these blankets, it helps me to refocus on really what matters. So, yeah, deal with it the best you can and then move on. Build resilience. This is number 4. This is the ability to overcome difficult circumstances and bounce back stronger than before. For some, resilience is built as you encounter more experiences and grow older. I'm still learning. Resilience allows you to actualize one of the greatest keys to success, according to personal development experts, which is to believe that we are not the results of our circumstances. It allows us to come back and try again, even after great disappointment, because we did not want to allow our circumstances to dictate who we are or the quality of our life. Yeah, I'm learning that one big time lately. Bouncing back and just getting back out there and persevering. Don't let it destroy you, and don't let it define you. Finally, let's see. Learn how to take care of yourself. Many of us, especially if you're a woman, okay, ladies, and a caregiver, mother, are constantly giving to others around you. However, remember that you cannot give from an empty cup or have the strength to overcome disappointments and struggles if you don't take good care of yourself. Take care of your body by sleeping well, eating a healthy diet, one filled with protein, omega-3 rich foods, antioxidants, plenty of water, and by eliminating toxins like artificial sweeteners, and of course, exercise, which has been shown to be just as effective as antidepressants, and subhanallah, is a natural way to release endorphins, the happy hormones. I call on God all the time. Sometimes I just don't know what to do or have the answer to something. I just say help. But these are great 5 ways to help eliminate, well, not say eliminate it, but to help deal with disappointment. It is not easy to deal with disappointment. It is sometimes a struggle, but we can do it. Try these 5 steps. I'm going to have the article and the acknowledgments in the description below. Read through it, and I think we might be talking about it a little bit more this week. But yeah, again, this is the longest Monday morning minute I've done. Please forgive me. But take something from this. I pray you do. As always, leave the rest. Continue to like, subscribe, and share, and do comment. Share with me how you deal with disappointment. What can you add to the conversation that might help somebody else? Enjoy the rest of your week, and as always, create your life inspired. Peace, and take care.